This is a Telecaster. These are Telecaster pickups. I'm going to review them. But unlike a lot of the stuff on the internet, I thought I'd be crazy and give you guys some context. Now, I know it's the internet. A lot of you don't want any context. You just want to hear the damn things. There are timestamps. Skip to those. They're in the description. I've had this Telecaster, a Musicraft build, basically a new old stock 51 Tele, for about 8 years. And for a long time I had DiMarzio Area T pickups in it because dealing with amps I didn't want to deal with. It just can be a lot. But I grew to be dissatisfied with the sound of those Area Ts. So they were quite good, they just weren't great. And my buddy Steve Selvidge has this red MJT Tele that you're about to hear with some Lollars, some Special Ts, and I played mine and I played his, and I just loved the sound of his pickups so much more that I decided I needed to get some pickups for this thing. At about the same time, Ben Murray reached out to me. He's a follower of the channel, and I've spoken to him in chats on other channels like Brad's Guitar Garage, and he builds pickups in Australia, and he offered to send me a set to check out, and I said, thanks very much, Ben, that's very sweet of you, but I don't accept free stuff because I could take the free stuff, but I can't review it, and I can't, if I get stuff, it's a slippery slope. I try to keep myself honest. I want my reviews to mean something. So I bought this set. This is his Blackguard Bridge, which is his 52-ish Tele Bridge, and this is his vintage neck. And he also has a Clearwater neck, which is supposed to be a little strattier, but it's lower output. Anyway, I talked to him about what I wanted in a Telecaster pickup. I wanted a neck pickup that was full, but not dull, had a lot of output, but wasn't woofy, and had a unique low end that I don't hear very often in Telecasters, but when it's there, it's really there. I think he delivered on that. The bridge pickup sounds like a really good early 50s bridge pickup. Now, there is a lot of variation in early 50s Fender pickups. So this sounds like it's off the line. That does not mean that it's anyone's particular favorite. I find it very good. The one thing I'm going to change next time I change strings is right now I've got the pickup mounted with 3 surgical tubings. I think I'm going to try some springs next time. Get a little more of that liveliness. This is a Fender Bridge with a milled cutout here with Rutter's saddles, so it's brass, 3-saddle intonated. So it's pretty close to what Fender would have done, but I think the springs might be that magic missing X factor. But it's already sounding quite good. Now, I mentioned context. I could play this for you and say these things are great, and in isolation they would sound really good. You would say those are good sounding pickups, but good compared to what? So we've got 2 pro players and 4 Telecasters with these Murrays, the Lollar Special Ts, some Mojotone Quiet Coil 52s, and the Fender Yosemites. So that's 3 traditional single coils, 1 set of noiseless single coils, 2 very good players with very different playing styles, all through the same amp. The amp is a 66 Super Reverb. You'll get to see the settings used throughout. We set it pretty much flat and didn't change it for the various pickups. That did reveal that there's a bit of a sound happening at higher gain when you really push the amp. And I don't know whether it's the old mismatched preamp tubes in it or whether the CTS speakers might need to be reconed. I'll be looking at that further. High volume testing of old amps is always important to find out, is there any little thing that's not perfect? You'll hear that in the clip. There's a little bit of a thing happening that I'm going to get out of the amp before it goes home to its owner. But this was a real good test of the amp. And a 66 Super Reverb is a pretty good pedal platform and a great Tele platform. Before I hand it over to the pros, I do want to point out 2 things. First of all, the bridge pickup, he has the pole pieces flat, but they're coming up just over the bobbin, and he says he does it on purpose because he's found that when he does it flush to the bobbin, sometimes over time with humidity the bobbins can warp, and he's seen that in old pickups. So visually it's a little bit different than a 50s. Electronically the same thing is happening. It's just that the pole pieces come up maybe a 32nd of an inch over the bobbin. And I mentioned how much I wanted a very full and present neck pickup without it being overwound or overcompressed. I think he really got it. my red light-itis has struck, so I'm going to hand it over to the pros.
Nothing, and you can't argue with any position with these pickups. He did a really even job. So that sounds really strident compared to that, but I don't know. I've never noticed that until you put it up next to this.
I can address that pretty quickly. I've got 470K resistors. I know how to use them.
Thank God for Lyle. Can you imagine what our life would be like if he didn't live in this city? I mean, I would just be screwed.
Yeah.
I mean, really. Now I can feel the bass resonance. Maybe it's the body, but there's something going on with the not the very lowest, but middle low. Do you hear that, or is it just me?